Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry for the delay. There was something wrong with my entire setup, but don't worry. I think now we are okay. 1 second. Let me just start the entire stuff. I'm gonna keep everything ready. Are you guys ready though? Finally. Okay, awesome. Okay. Chalo, let's do one thing. Okay, now in this video, guys, what I'm gonna do is again, it might be slightly long for all the people. Look at how the green screen is acting from behind. Yeah, so this is what I was trying to fix from that time. 1 second. Stupid green screen filters. This is why I miss uh working with Martin. See, he fixes all this clutter, which is annoying me itself. Okay, either which way. Thank you. Nice haircut. This was a lockdown haircut. My brother-in-law actually cut it. So not me. I look like one. I'm not gonna talk about it. Okay. So what we're gonna do in this episode, I'll tell you, right? This thing is in. 1 second. It's annoying me. Okay. Fuck it. So what I'm gonna do is in this episode, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna talk about different small cases, both free and paid. And we're going to look at both good stuff and bad stuff. I know because now a lot of people are looking at small cases and a lot of different types of small cases. A lot of people are getting confused with those different type of small cases. So to make it quite easy and quite simpler, I'm going to show you different elements of different things in the small case as well. Okay, so first let's do one thing. Let us go to our small case website to begin with. Okay, let's go to a, yeah, it's not a cool hairstyle, I think, but it's okay. It's fine, guys. It's what can you do? It'll grow eventually. Chill. Okay, awesome. Let's see if this works. Okay, it works. Awesome. Cool. So can you guys see my screen, right? Now, what we're going to do here, okay, what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to go through all the small cases. So let me do one thing. This is free haircut versus small haircut. Yeah, okay. So let me do one thing. Let me go through some of the free small cases. Let me go through some of my small cases, and I'm introducing one more of my small case, which a lot of you guys like. And then I'm going to introduce another new small case, which is mostly paid. Okay, these are paid small cases, but we will look at how it looks. Got it? Awesome. Okay, let's do this. Now, first thing that we're going to do, okay, I'm going to go to our Untitled, I'm just going to open my document and I'm going to go through it one by one. So if you want to review, let's first, let me show you the new small case that I've just created, right? Let me see if this works, or will this take me to, okay, this isn't working. Let me do one thing. Let me log in. Let me try logging into my account. 1 second. Okay, I'm logging into my account. Okay, so this is the first small case I want to show you guys, which is mostly known as Tata long-term play. Sorry, this is my first account, which is basically known as Tata long-term play. Now, this account of mine is not the Zerodha account that I keep showing you all the time. This is another account that I use only for small case, and this I keep investing in small case only on this account. Today, some of the stocks have actually gone down, but let's review them one by one. So this is the Tata long-term play, the one that you can see in the link below. There is something known as Tata long-term play. Now, what is Tata long-term play? It's currently at 22,000 for all the people who want to invest. Now, I invested in this on April 19th. April 19th, matlab exactly almost one month, 10 days in the past, right? So basically, you can call it 1 month of trading day. Got it? 1 month of trading day. Now, this is the first one that I want to show you, which is Tata long-term play. Now, just bear with me. In the last 1 month, it's given me around 5.93% returns on a value of 22,000. Now, every month, I keep putting some money into this. Now, what is there under this, if I had to show you, I've just put in almost all the Tata stocks, right? And most of the Tata stocks are Tata LXC, 16%, Tata Motors DVR, not the normal Tata Motors, Tata Power. And why am I doing this? Why are you like, Shashank, why are you doing Tata long-term play? This is my electric vehicle segment play. Okay. For all the people who want to understand what electric vehicle is, this is my electric vehicle play. Okay. Just give me 1 sec. Yes. So now in the electric vehicle play, what I'm doing is Tata Elxsi is the one that provides the software for Tata cars, electric cars in the future. Tata Power is going to provide the charging station. So I'm investing it right now from now itself. Tata Motors is obviously the company that's going to build this entire infrastructure for them. Tata Steel will also benefit because a lot of the raw materials for Tata Motors will go from Tata Steel also. Tata Consumer Products is something that I believe little in the future, where I believe, because I've gone abroad and I've seen how it is, And if you see all the charging stations abroad, you see that when there is a charging station, right? Every time there is a charging station, you have to put your car for charge and wait for at least 30 minutes. Now, what do you think is going to be there in that charging station? There'll definitely be a Starbucks or some kind of Tata property over there for sure. Okay. After that, I have also taken a bit of Tata consultancy services, which is TCS, because this is just a high growth stock and it is good to have in your entire Tata future. And Tata Chemicals is working on the lithium ion battery infrastructure as well. Now, people are asking why not Tata Communication, because this does not fit. Tata Communication does not actually fit in my entire portfolio of the future. Right? This is only my futuristic. I am looking at this from a 5-year timeline because number one, all of these stocks are not going to die tomorrow. Yes or no? Each of them are going to sustain and be there. But if you look at the remaining stocks like Tata Communication, right, that is something that might not sustain or might be difficult to actually do. Right? So this is why I like this portfolio for the long-term benefit. Okay. Yeah. Next. Okay, let me finish this. You guys understood this? Finished? Awesome. Now, what is the difference between Tata Motors DVR and Tata Motors? Someone is asking. Let me show you that also. Okay, because this is on an educational thing. So we're going to show it. Can you see this now? Okay, now this is Tata Motors, which is 318 rupees currently trading at. There is not much difference between Tata Motors and Tata Motors DVR. If you look at DVR right now, DVR basically says differential voting rights. Okay, so basically what happens is this is the same Tata Motors, always moves in tandem with our existing Tata Motors. The only thing that is good with Tata Motors DVR is because it goes up and down a little more. If you look at how it has been performing in the past, it's slowly on an uptrend. And also Tata Motors DVR, what they do, if you look at this, Rare Enterprises, which is Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, has also been purchasing Tata Motors DVR and not just normal Tata Motors also. And if you also look at what happens with Tata Motors DVR, is that the dividends are very good here. Okay, look at this. The final dividend was 2 rupees 0.2. So they're known to give good dividends as soon as the profit comes in, because after 2016 they were in slightly a bit of a loss. So that's why it didn't do well. But basically a lot of people are just buying Tata Motors DVR instead of Tata Motors. It's the same company, just slightly different because they are in the differential voting rights. Okay, again, it is considered a good thing. So this is basically my own small case, okay, which is very simple, right? You can create this for yourself as well. Basically, I've only taken the Tata stocks that are good for the future, right? Which is in the electric vehicle segment. Just give me 1 second. Awesome. Now, what we'll do next, let's look at what we can do next, okay? Now, let me go through some of the free small cases that are there. Okay, let me go through some of the free small cases. Now, I'm going to show you some of the free small cases. Okay, listen to me very carefully. I'm going to show you some of the free small cases for every income group. Okay, free small cases for every income group. Why? Because a lot of people keep asking me 1,000 rupees ka batao, 2,000 rupees ka batao, 10,000 rupees ka batao, 15,000 rupees ka batao, sab kuch batao. So I'm going to show you very easily, very simple for every income group. Now for people, listen to me very carefully. For people who don't have a very big income, okay, who are in college and who want to invest in something, for them, I would say this is slightly easy and simple. Why? Because this has a simple ETF based standard, right? Let me show you. Let me log. Why did I get logged out in the first place? Okay, let me log in again. Let me show you how this works. Okay, dashboard, discover. What is that called again? Top 100, right? Let me show you top. GG. Beautiful. Okay, this is weird. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me show you from the Zerodha account. Okay, I'll have to do it again, sadly. Sometimes it acts very buggy, guys. I'm not sure why. But either way, no problem. Anything for knowledge. Acha, ye dekho. Now, let me go back here. Let me see if there is top 100. Discover. Yeah, top 100. See, it's here. Now, let's look at top 100. Now, let me tell you guys something which is fundamentally very important. Okay, let me tell you something that is fundamentally very important. First of all, a lot of people are commenting on the chats as well. A lot of people are commenting on the chat saying that CAGR is not correct on the small case website. Yes, the CAGR is not correct. Might be correct, might not be correct. My job is not to look at that. I am telling you how to think in a different way. Okay, whether you want to buy or not is completely up to you, but I'm going to tell you how to think in a different way. So do not look at Kager. Screw Kager. Why do you want to look at Kager? Don't look at Kager. Okay, this is ETF. Okay, if you see what ETFs are, you'll understand. But I'm saying don't look at Kager. I tell you how I judge a small case, whether it's good and bad, and this is what you will understand as well. Okay, first what I do is I do a 1 month graph. I check a 1 month graph. इसमें Kager नहीं आता है. Kager is what? Compounded annual growth rate. Yes. So I look at 1 month graph. Now 1 month graph, I usually compare two things. One, equity large cap. Okay, whatever is in the equity large cap, and second with equity and inflation. And I'll show you how that works as well. Now look at this. In 1 month graph, Kager does not come into the picture, guys. Okay. Now let's look at this. In 1 month, if I had invested in exactly 1 month ago with starting rate of 100, right now, after 1 month, it would have gone up by 7%. In 1 month, it would have gone up by 7%. Now you tell me, is that a good thing or a bad thing? In 1 month, it went up by 7%. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? You guys tell me. Right? In my opinion, 7% is good for a monthly return. Okay. But again, I want to see little more. Okay. Now this is 3 years. Now, if you look at this, this has always been exactly equal to the equity large cap index. Okay, it has been almost equal to the equity large cap index, or outperforming it by 4%. But the real question to ask here is, if you would be investing in something like this by yourself, okay, without looking at the large cap, would it be better? Yes. So if you really want to get a safe investment for the amount of 561 rupees, then I would suggest take top 100 stocks and just keep putting 500 rupees blindly. There's nothing, and it is free. Okay, I'm talking about all the free small cases now. What you would otherwise check is also how it beats the inflation, right? Has it beaten? Equity was giving 9% and this gave around 2-3% extra. FD would give you 274, inflation is 250, top 100 stocks is 450. Your actual net profit would be 450 minus 250, which is around 200 and something, less than 250 rupees stock. Yes. So this is what it is. Now, another question that someone has just asked, which is Amaya has just asked, isn't gold and equity better than top 100? So I have invested in gold and equity when I did the experiment last time. This is equity and gold. This has given me 5% return, 5.87% return over a period of more than 2.5 months. Look at this. March 2016 is when I bought it. In front of you all, I bought it in that first video, right? Or second video. March 16th, I bought it. Which was whatever this amount was, and it has given me around 5.87 return, and today is June 1st, right? So it's been 2.5 months and I've only got 5.5% returns. So I prefer top 100 little more than equity. If you want to invest in equity gold, then what mistake I did here is 69%, 70% is ETF and 30% is gold. I would make this 10% gold and 90% ETF. My returns would have been slightly better. Okay, this is what it is. Understood? Got it? Simple stuff. Okay, I'm just going through the small cases which are free quickly. Next small case that is free. Now this is in the range of 10,000 to 15,000 rupees. Okay, whoever is in the 10 to 15,000 range, let me show you how to analyze. Okay, dude, come on, this is very annoying. Okay, 1 second. Growth at fair price again, and my phone's also off. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me try doing it here itself. Actually, I don't need the entire thing because I don't need how the stocks are, to be honest. But let me check this if it works. Okay, doesn't matter actually. Let me show you this. Okay. Where is it? Okay, let me show you growth at a fair price. Now this is for everyone in the range of 10,500 ke aspas to 15,000 rupees. Now anyone who is in the 10,000 to 15,000 rupees range, who wants to invest in that range, can please invest from this area. Okay. Now again, do not look at Kager. All the people who are looking at Kager, my way of investing is slightly different. Let's not look at Kager. Agreed? Chalo. Again, come back to 1 month. First, always look at 1 month. In 1 month, how much has it given? It has given 111 rupees. That means it has given 11.13%, and equity small cap has given 7%. But I don't think growth at fair price is basically a small cap kind of an investment, right? So what we can do is we can go to just do large cap, check large cap. How has it beat the large cap? Either which way, it has beat small cap and large cap by around 4 to 5%. Awesome. Cool. Now, if you look at 1 year difference, now let's look at growth at fair price at a 1 year difference. Now, in the last 1 year, again, I'm not looking at CAGR, guys. I couldn't care less. Why? Because this entire video, I'm going to talk about why percentage matters. So if I had invested exactly 1 year ago in this small case and did not touch it, it would have been 2.5 times right now. Okay. But again, the last 1 year was also a dip due to coronavirus. So maybe the returns are not great. So I usually check 1 month to last 1 year. Now, if you want to check 1 year, let me do it in an even better way. Okay. Let's assume March was coronavirus last year. Let's start from 2021 this year. Okay. When everything was fine. Agreed? Let's not even take that. Let's take 2021 from this year. Now, if you look at 2021 starting May, December 31st, 2020 hai ye. This is 193 and what is it now? 246. Matlab again approximately around 40% growth rate. And you can start investing with this at 10 grand. So for me, in this 10 grand range category, you can buy something like this, which is quite easy. And for all the people asking SIP kaisa hota if you have to do an SIP, again, don't look at all the past. If you don't want to look at the past, let's look at 2021 only. No? 2021 December from here. Okay, if I had invested starting from now, it is still showing a growth trend, right? I only look at this perspective. I don't look at anything else on small case when I do it. I just see last 1 month, last 6 months mein kaun acha returns de raha hai, and if someone's giving good returns in the last 1 month and the last 6 months, I am completely okay with that. Got it? Awesome. Let me go to the next one, which is value and momentum. Okay, again, I don't need to log in, so I can. Someone said try opening it in a new tab. Okay, let me try that also. I think it's still the same. Okay, fine, no issues. Now, value and momentum is the next one. Okay. Now, value and momentum is somewhere around 15,000. So, for all the people who little slightly want little more, 10,000 ke upar tum log ko 15,000 chahiye. This is where it comes. Again, I'm not looking at CAGR. I'm not looking at anything else. I will directly go to 1 month returns and check what is the percentage returns I'm getting in the last 1 month on value and momentum. Okay, so if you look at percentage returns, I am getting 11%. I am happy. But you might say, Shashank, last 1 month, maybe the rally happened. So that is why this is the case. Let's go a little back into the past. I said, okay, fine. Let's go back into the past. Let's go back to December 21st, 2021, right? It was at 185 at this point, which is in December. In Jan, let's assume Jan, Feb, March, April, May, 5 mahina hai. 185 say it has consistently gone up from 185 to 250. Is that a good return that you might like for 15,000 investment? Not bad, right? It's around 60%, 70% return. But only good news is it should be going up. As long as it is going up and beating your inflation index, which is around 6%, if you're getting more than anything more than 15% or 20% in a year, guys, is considered amazing. Number one. Now, are you looking at this? In the last 1 month, you can see 11%. In the last 1 year, you will see 2.5 times, etc., etc. Okay? This is what it is. Now, stocks, whoever wants to see the stocks, guys, it is free. You can actually go inside and see the stocks by yourself. So someone was asking stocks to dikha, that is up to you. You can just go here, log in and just look at the stocks by yourself. It is completely free, right? So don't worry about that. Next, okay, now for all the people who are looking at 33,000 rupees. Now this is for the people who are in the category of 30 to 40K. Okay, for 30 to 40K, if you want me to tell you which small case is good, little higher in the category. Again, all these are free. You don't have to pay any money for it. I think the first time you invest, I think 100 rupees goes, and when you exit, finally 100 rupees goes. But middle mein kitna bhi aap SIP karo, I don't think anything goes. Again, coming back to 1 year return, it has given 8%. See, it is slightly less than 11% we talked about in the previous one. If you do 1 year, in fact, in the last 1 year, it has not done very well. Okay, but again, it is comparing it to equity small cap, and this is a growth stock, right? So I would not compare it to small cap. Keep very close eye on this because small cap is extremely risky. I would compare it to large cap, which is utmost safest. Again, I don't even need to compare it to anyone. Why I'm not comparing it to anyone? Because as I'm saying, percentage matters. This is how I look at, right? I'm looking at last 5 months, 6 months mein kitna return diya. For me, if something is giving good returns in the last 6 months, then I'm assuming it will continue to give me good returns in the next 6 months. That is my logic. Okay, so if I go back to the last 6 months, it is at 164 and now it is at 211, approximately 45% return. If anything is giving me 45% return in 6 months, I would like it. I will invest in it and I will take that. Awesome. Understood. Now I have covered 500 rupees small case. I have covered 10,000 rupees small case. I have covered 33. I will show you the other one as well, which is the PE list. Now this is something I like somewhat, right? I'll tell you why I like this. Because this shows all the companies that PE and VC firms have invested in. Now, you guys know that if PE and VC firms have invested in a company, they want good returns. Very simple funda, right? If PE and VC firms invest in something, they want good returns. Now, this is what it happens, right? Now, Prashant is asking, do they keep rebalancing the stocks in the free ones? Yes, Prashant, they do rebalance it free of cost. They will only do it for you. You don't have to worry about it. But I think the frequency is slightly different, but they definitely do it for you, right? But I don't know how long. I don't think the frequency is like every month, every week, maybe every 3 months or maybe every 6 months. They usually might rebalance it. Okay. Either way, they definitely do. They keep changing it. So you please look at that past performance. See this. So past performance includes changes due to rebalance, events like stock splits and mergers. So rebalance has happened. Again, P list mein, again, I don't care about this. I'm going to go to 1 year and check the last 6 month return. I don't care about who they're comparing it to also, right? Whether it's this, whether it's this, whether it's this, I don't care. Why do I have to see what I have to compare? I want to see returns kitna mil raha hai if I invest in this. So it is 53. No, let's go back here. It's 55 and now it is 200, exactly 45% return. Chalo, done. That's it. If you want to invest in that range, which is 30 to 40K, I've shown you two, right? One is PE list and one is growth and income. Now, finally, for people who want to invest in the almost 50K bracket, okay, which is free, almost 50K bracket, which is free, is 𝗏𝗏. And this, I feel a lot of people actually knew about this. Like a lot of people actually knew about this. Look at this now. 𝗏𝗏 is a very famous model done by William O'Neill. And remember, I was reading this book that was quite famous. I'm checking if I have the book here. No, I think I left it somewhere else. So I was reading this very famous book by William O'Neill, which was known as How to Make Profit in the Stock Market. And they had the 𝗏𝗏 method that was going on. Now, 𝗏𝗏 method is very important, very good. Now, I'll tell you why it is good in another video. Maybe I'll just do a different 𝗏𝗏 video. But 𝗏𝗏 basically talks about an entire model. Now, let me show you the full form of 𝗏𝗏. Okay. It's quite interesting, by the way. See, today's episode is about learning, guys. So let's do the learning also at the same time. If you guys are getting bored, getting late, you can leave, right? This is only for learning. Now, 𝗏𝗏, basically CANSLIM, right? Basically talks about the current quarterly earnings per share, which is EPS. That means the current quarterly earnings per share should be good. The annual earnings per share also should be good. N means new products in the company should keep coming out and new innovations should be coming out. S talks about scarce supply coupled with strong appetite for stock, okay, which increases the demand. So the supply should be less, but the demand should be more in a particular stock. Okay, L talks about laggard stocks which are preferred within the same industry. They use RSI. Laggard basically means that something that is very slow either might be overbought or oversold. When it is in that range, obviously it will go up eventually after that. Okay, I talks about at least some institutional player would have invested in that, either private equity firms or big mutual funds. And M talks about the market direction by reviewing the market averages daily. This is, now just imagine this 𝗏𝗏 model that you've just heard about right now is so strong. Okay, now let's go back to this. Again, I don't care about anything, no comparison. Let me do 1 year and let me check last 6 months graph. If you go to last 6 months graph, from 142, it has given you a return of 180. That is approximately 38%, but on a 50 grand portfolio, right? So anyone who wants to do a 50 grand portfolio and has money to do it and you want to do it free, you will get approximately 42% in return in the last 6 months. Understood? Abhi tak you guys are catching my vibe? Okay, I hope you're catching my vibe. Rest, let me drink water one sec. Now, you might think, Shashank, this looks all very easy. Number one, you might be like, this looks quite simple. Is it so easy to get 10%, 20%, 30%, 50% return in 6 months? For normal people, it is not easy to get 50% returns or 30% returns in a year, right? But we are slightly smart, and this is what I do when I'm bored. Right, when I keep doing my own research, I go through all the small cases and I'll show you if you want how I discover some small cases, right? I go to all small cases sometimes. Even though CAGR doesn't work well, what I do is I do 1 month return high and low, and then I go through all of them and see if it is a big multi-bagger in the future. If it is not, then, and I stay away from small cap because it is very risky. Obviously, small cap will always show good returns, but it is very risky. Sometimes I do, instead of 1 month returns, I do 1 year returns and I check also. So I get some of these like this. Okay, 1 year returns I check. Understood? See, look at this 1 year returns, 376 on a fund, right? But again, don't worry. I have gone through all of this by myself, and let me tell you some good ones about this as well. Now, chalo, let me come to paid small cases. Yes, let's do paid. All ready? Okay. Now this is, let me tell you guys, now these small cases will give you slightly better returns than all the free ones. They are actively managed. By actively managed, I mean every 1 week there is a rebalance. Most of the time, every 1 week there is a rebalance. Okay, so let me show you one small case which is my favorite and I've invested in. It is called CapitalMind. Let me open CapitalMind for you, and also let me open it here as well, because I've invested in it. I can actually show it to you. Okay, so see this. This is CapitalMind Momentum. I put more money today only. Now, this is something that I have invested in since March 29 was my first investment I did, right? Every month I'm doing an SIP. Now, what does CapitalMind actually have? If you really want to ask me what it is and how does it work, let me show you what CapitalMind does basically. Now, lot of things to consider when you're investing in something which is a paid small case. Now, paid small cases are not run by the team of small case. Paid small cases are run by an individual. Okay, it is run by a manager. Let's call him a manager, right? Now, the manager of this, right, this paid small case jo I'm showing you, the manager of this is actually one guy known as 𝗍𝗶𝗱 𝗦𝗺. This guy, okay? This is the guy who is the fund manager. Now, if you really want to know what he does, you can check what his entire qualifications are, and you can see his small case here. Now, if you look at it from a free to paid perspective, I'll show you everything. Now, how does CapitalMind work, you might ask me, right? Don't look at CAGR. Again, please remove your eyes away from CAGR. I know you guys will get tempted. Remove the eyes away from CAGR, right? What does CapitalMind do? They take 25 stocks, okay? They select it according to a risk ratio called the Sharpe's ratio. They do some fundamental sanity checks, and they do some liquidity checks as well. Okay, catching my vibe till now, right? Catching my vibe till now. Awesome. Now, look at this. All this happens, doesn't matter. Okay, see this. Reviewed weekly, applicable changes to be executed every Monday. So every Monday, I get a rebalance update. If there is a rebalance, they do it. If there is no rebalance, they don't do it. That's what happens, right? They'll still be there. If they don't want to do a lot of liquidity, they put it in liquid fund and they keep it. Basically, what this basically says is I don't need to think for even 1 second. They'll do everything they'll do everything for me. I don't have to think for even 1 second. Understood? Simple. Now, let me tell you everything about this, good and bad. Okay, I'm here only to tell you, educate. So let me show you both good and bad. First, let's go to 1 month return. Okay, leave the comparison. In the last 1 month, CapitalMind has given me 5.63%. Let's see last 3 months return. 3 months is since I have invested in April 1st. So April, May, June, right? June is not done yet, but April 1st to May, April 1st and May, 2 months I've invested in quite significantly. If you actually look at my date of investment, which was March 29th, right? So let's assume March 31st, it was at 110. Now it is at 132. So basically overall, I've made 22% in 2 months. Okay, 22% in 2 months. Now, if you look at it from a 3 months perspective, it has given 32% return. So what I have been observing in the last 2 months that I've been invested in CapitalMind is that they're giving approximately 10%. They're giving approximately 10% per month. Okay, they're giving approximately 10% a month. Now look at this. Even if I'm not looking at CAGR, so for all the people who think CAGR is wrong, I couldn't care less. I'm not looking at CAGR. I'm only looking at, acha, this day it was like this. Okay, this day it became like this. Okay, okay. Now go to 6 months. Now if you look at 6 months, if I had invested 6 months ago at 100, how much will I get in the last 6 months? I have got 68% in the last 6 months. That means in 6 months, it's given 68% returns. Now, this is not lying. This is given 68% returns. That means it is okay with my thesis of minimum 10% per month mil raha hai. Yes or no? Awesome. And it is being managed by 𝗍𝗶𝗱 𝗦𝗺. Now, I will show you more stuff. Don't worry. Now, if I go 1 year, in 1 year, it has given me 261% returns. Okay. So, if I had invested 1 lakh, it would be 2,61,000 right now is what it says. Now, when I started doing my research, obviously you know me, I do my entire Janam Kundli kind of research. So I also went and look at this, okay? 𝗍𝗶𝗱 𝗦𝗺. He's very active on Twitter. Let me open Twitter for you. So this is 𝗍𝗶𝗱 𝗦𝗺 on Twitter. So I follow him also. He has 122.6k followers. Now, if someone has good followers, I might say he might be legitimate. Okay, again, I won't tell you he is or not. That is not my logic, right? I'm just saying I look at all criteria. Not many people look at this. And I keep looking at him. I keep following him. And what he does is he even writes a lot of these big articles, right? If you go to his website, there are some free stuff, there are non-free stuff. And let me show you that also. His website, I think, is called CapitalMind. By the way, please, for all the people who might think this is some promoted nonsense, this is not. This is just my personal research. So please don't put that stupidity in your head, okay? Yeah, so basically you can come to CapitalMind. They run all these things, but you can only see one over there. And if you look at topics, right? Remember once I had given you guys on Zomato IPO ka ek document I had given you. This was exactly where I had found it, right? Free of cost. Like I didn't have to pay for anything here. Even though I'm a paid member and I get access to the premium ones. But if you look at the free topics, if you want to learn, if you just want to randomly go and look about something else, see Amber Business, BPCL, Go Airlines, you can just go start reading some of these articles whenever you're free. This is the one that I read, right? Zomato IPO, should you place an order or not? And they do all the research. All I have to do is be a good person and start reading it one by one. Awesome. Now, let's look at the opposite side of this. Now, where is that CapitalMind? Okay, let's look at opposite side. Now the problem here, or not problem, let's look at the other side of this. To avail this subscription or to avail this service, you have to pay 12,000 a year or 3,000 for 4 months. Okay. Now let's assume this. Now let's think about it from a different angle. If you tell me, Shashank, in a particular year, in the next 365 days, if my investment amount is only 1 lakh. Okay. Now listen to this logic of how math work, right? If my profit is only 1 lakh, or if the amount I'm investing is only 1 lakh, and if I have to pay 12,000 for 1 year, is it a good thing or a bad thing? You guys tell me. I want to see how many of you are smart. Yeah. Now, think about how the logic works, okay? If you invest 1 lakh and 12,000 rupees is your fees for 1 year, that means 12% of that 1 lakh you have paid only as fees, which is gone. So that means a particular small case has to give you minimum 12% and above to give you your returns, correct? To make good for you. Minimum 12% it has to clear. The first 12% when it clears, it will make you your no loss, no profit. And after that, you actually get profit. Yes. But if you tell me, Shashank, if I invest 2 lakhs, okay, if you tell me I'm investing 2 lakhs, then how much is my return for, no loss, no profit? 6%. Not big amount, right? That is completely fine. If you're telling me CapitalMind is giving me, say, leave to 100% return. Maybe the market is good today. Assume the market is good now. So that is why it is. So let's assume a bad market. In the bad market, I'm going to assume 20% return. Okay, let's assume the worst case scenario. That's how I look at it. Worst case, I'll get 20%. So if I invest 1 lakh and if I get 20% return, I will only make 8% absolute return, which is not good. If I make 8% absolute return, then you cut your cost of inflation, which is 6%. So I've only made 2% absolute return. That 2% also will go in tax, right? I will not make any money. So for a 1 lakh investment in the whole year, this is not for you. This is not good for you. Now let's look at a 2 lakh investment. Now if you do a 2 lakh investment and you make 20% at the end of the year, but 6% is your, obviously it becomes 6% as your cost, then somewhere you still make a profit, good profit at the end of the year, right? That is better. Now let's assume you invest 5 lakhs. Okay, if you invest 5 lakhs, all you need to do is to recover how much? Barely anything, right? If you have to get barely anything. If you actually invest 5 lakhs in a year, and even if you make 10,000 profit, I mean, even if you make 10% profit, you will make 50,000, right? So that's very less. You need to make like 2 or 3% profit to just clear your account. So what I would say, right, if you're investing more than 2 lakhs, this would paid small cases make sense. You understand my point? Paid small cases make sense if you're investing more than 2 lakh for CapitalMind. Why? Because it is 12,000 a year. So please understand that from that perspective, number one. Okay, that is how I look at both sides. Okay, I'm not just playing favorites here. Now, I hope you've understood that logic. Now, with that logic, let's keep moving ahead. So I need to invest at least 2 lakhs and make at least 20% returns to offset my cost of 12,000. Agreed? Done? Chalo, finished. Game over. Now, if you look at what I have done in my own thing, right? I have been investing in CapitalMind since March 29th. I have invested 3,30,000 in the last 2 months. Okay, only in this. Now, I have only got 7% returns. Correct? See this, I've got 7% returns, but I have made 22,000 already. 22,000 may you cut 12,000, I have made actually 10,000 rupees in pure profit returns. 10,000 rupees pure profit would be half of this amount, right? Which is basically I've actually made 3.5%. But I'm also doing SIP, but I made 3.5% in absolute returns. Now, if I leave this for the next 6 months, I should be okay. Understood? That's the logic that I look at the logic from this perspective. Because 12,000 rupees is still gone. Cost of inflation, it should cover over a period of 1 year. It has been 2 months. I need to look at the same thing after 1 year. So that's how I usually track. Now, the next thing I look at, okay, now this is quite interesting. This is very interesting. This is also something that I'm going to start this month. And I will do one thing. I will show you both, okay? Let me cancel this. Let me open this. Okay, now this is, I cannot show you the stocks of the paid portfolio, guys. Come on, that's like cheating. मैं ऐसा नहीं कर सकता. I'm very ethical that way. Okay, one more. This is called MI All Cap. Now this, by the way, sorry, I forgot to tell you, CapitalMind ka average investment is 54,000 to invest. Obviously, if you put 1 lakh, you can invest in this into 2. Okay, that's just basically how you keep doing. But the minimum ticket is 54,000 to invest. Now, MIMT All Cap is 97,000 to invest in the first go. Okay, 97,000 to invest for MI All Cap. Understood? Now let's look at how this plays out and let's compare this to CapitalMind. In my opinion, MIMT All Cap and CapitalMind, in my opinion, are the two best in the small cases, right? Now I'm going to buy this next to figure out how that works. Now let's look at this. Again, 1 month returns. Okay, now let's do one comparison. Okay, let's do both comparison. 1 month return of CapitalMind, 105. 1 month return of MIMT All Cap. This is this month, month of May. It has given 12% returns. Okay, let's go to three month return. Maybe 1 month was bad for CapitalMind. Let's go to 3 months. In 3 months, it gave 132% return. MIMT All Cap gave 140. That's 8.5, 140.9. So 8% more was given by MIMT. I track like this now every day. So every day I look at this, even though I'm not invested in this. This is not, I'm not invested in this. I'm going to start this very soon. But the way I look at it is, I go to 1 lakh. Now also what I see is one more thing. Ye dekho. May 28th it was at 112. Okay. May 29th and 31st it is still at 112. So what I'm seeing is last 4 days it has not gone up at all. Like it's gone up by 0.02%. Right. I checked like that. I'm little too much. And I check the same thing here. Okay. It's gone up by 1% in the last 5 days. Either last 5 days mein 1% bhi nahi gaya. Okay. I checked this way also. Ki abhi trend kaisa chal raha hai? How is that going? Now, if you do 6 months, okay, let's go to 6 months. Now, 6 months is a good enough time in my books that if it gives you good return in 6 months, it can give you good return in the future as well. Again, I am not getting swayed away by 70% returns or 30% returns. My logic is, can you give me at least 25% returns? I will call it a success. If you take my money and give me 25% return in a year, I will take it as a success because every 4 years I can double my money. So 71% might be this year's amazing stuff. Okay, but for the other one, right, I want to look at it from that perspective. Now, weekend investing again, let me come to who runs weekend investing, and this is, I'll tell you why it's interesting, okay, because I recently figured this out. So 6 months mein he's giving a return of 171. Here it is giving 168. So matlab difference kya hai CapitalMind or MIMT mein 3 months ka? 3%. Now, interesting thing, look at this. Now, who is weekend investing run by? Weekend investing is run by a very famous guy called Alok Jain. Okay, it is run by a very, very, very famous guy called Alok Jain. Now, he's written a blog. He talks about his blog. He has different, by the way, he has different ones. If you look at weekend investing, they have so many weekend investing. But I like this. And I'll tell you why I like this, right? Even though small cap Kager is 100, even though all this is much looking bigger and better, I like this because I'll tell you why I like this also. Look at this. 𝗕𝗶𝗱 𝗦𝗺 to ho gaya. Okay, let me search Alok Jain. Okay, yeah, I'm following him also. Okay, so look at Alok Jain. Come down. Alok Jain is someone is very beautiful. You should sit and read, okay, and or follow him on Twitter because he keeps doing a lot of these articles. And there was something that I saw recently when I keep scrolling down. Let me just find that one article that he put. Yeah, see, he's talking about NNFT 10. Okay, he talks about his monthly rebalance. He writes about his rebalances, jo bhi karta hai. He keeps talking about everything. This one, look at this. This was on May 31st. Okay, guys, May 31st, he tweeted something about 𝗦𝗵𝘀𝗀 all cap, and the index value, okay, someone who invested exactly last year on May 31st, 2020, okay, last year, they have made double their money right now in 1 year on a fund like this, right? So in actually 1 year, they have made double. And I keep following him, so I keep seeing what he keeps doing. Even though I've not bought anything of his, I keep reading what he does on Twitter. And if you keep going down, there's another thing he spoke about, and look at how he's caught this trend. Okay, it's all about catching trends, guys. It's not like you're doing something better than me, I'm doing something better than you. It's all about catching trends. And let me show you one thing that he caught. Kitna tweet karta hai bhai? Where did that go? 1 second. Let me show you. It's good understanding. This is how I do my research. So a lot of people keep asking me, how do you do your research? How do you find out good stocks? Where do you go and find these good stocks? Either I can do it by myself, number one, which I also do. I'm finding a few stocks. But I also look at what the experts are doing in the industry, and what the experts do is also what I copy and do, right? I don't care about not copying. I'm like, I'll blatantly, shamelessly, without any fear copy, because why? I want to make money. So I don't care. Agar koi free mein gyan baat raha hai, to main to le lunga. It's very simple as that. Okay, I can't find this thing, but you should keep going down like this. On one of his Twitter threads, he spoke about Adani Group, Adani Transmission. I think he bought Adani Transmission, and how Adani Transmission has gone up, I think 2 times in the last 3 months or something like that, right? It is insane. And how he bought it and why he bought it at that point, and how he caught the trend of buying it at that point. I think, was it this? No, it's not this. Okay, either way, you should follow Alok Jain and 𝗵𝗶𝗀 𝗦𝗺 and choose whom you want to invest in, right? If you follow either of them, you'll find out who's good, who's bad. But this guy basically runs 𝗦𝗵𝘀𝗀 all cap. If I do last 6 months return, it has given me 171. Last 1 month returns, it will give me 293. I do not care about the CAGR. I couldn't care less. I am only looking at kitna returns in a particular span of time. Will he give me 20%, 25% returns in a year? If I have confidence that yes, Shashank, he will give me 25% returns in a year, I will take it. Bus. As simple as that. If he doesn't give, then I will exit, because I'll still exit with profit, right? Now let's look at how much this cost, okay? Because you have to see everything in that factor. If you look at this is 10,000 a year, not 12,000. This is 10,000 a year. Again, if it's 10,000 a year and you're investing 1 lakh, that means you have to make he has to make you at least 10% in a year for you to break even on his cost. Then you need to make another 6% to beat inflation, another 1 or 2% for tax. So you need to make totally more than 18% in a year with this guy. If you're telling me he can make more than 18% a year, Shashank, I think he can do it according to my analysis, and I know Alok Jain very well, he's a good guy, then you invest in this. That is for 1 lakh investment. But if you're telling me, Shashank, no, I'm going to do an SIP, okay, and I'm going to invest at least 3 lakhs in a year, or at least 5 lakhs in a year. Minimum recommendation in a year is maybe 5 lakhs. So if you're doing that way, again, they'll do rebalancing every week. Apparently they do rebalancing. So this is something that you can opt for. Again, slightly expensive. Okay, slightly expensive. I'm not saying no. It is slightly expensive, but it is worth the wait and worth the watch. Try it out if you can. If you can't, no problem. I've anyway recommended a lot of free small cases. But I would say, in a year, whether it is SIP or whether it is not an SIP, doesn't matter. In a year, try putting in at least more than 2 lakhs. You should be profitable, in my opinion, right? In a year, you can put 20,000 every month. Also, I'm okay with that. But try to put it at least 2 lakhs in a year minimum. If you can put 2 lakhs lump sum, that is great. Now, how does tax work? A lot of people are asking me, tax kaisa chalta hai? Now, whenever they do rebalance, there is capital gains tax involved, short-term and long-term capital gains. But most of the time, I'll tell you what they do. They usually rebalance the loss out. Okay, if something is not doing well, they'll rebalance it and put a better stock in that. But what is doing well, they usually don't touch. So if I show you my CapitalMind, which I don't want to show you so much, see, there's one thing that has a return of 21%, 20%, 19%. Okay, let me just quickly scroll down. Look at how it's giving, right? Now, most of them are in the positive, only 3 stocks, 4 stocks negative, barely negative, but most of them are positive. So this is something that I like, basically. So yes, you will incur short-term and long-term capital gains tax, but it will not be that much. Why won't it be that much? The amount of money that they're removing and putting would be in thousands, like 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 4,000. But loss bhi utna hi hota hai, like they do a drawdown as well. So don't worry, your capital gains would not be that much if you're a little bit scared. Okay, that is what I'm saying. Understood? Okay. Chalo, now these are the 2 best ones that I like. But also, guys, they're expensive. Okay, CapitalMind and 𝗦𝗺 all cap. I'm leaning towards 𝗦𝗺 all cap, slightly better, but CapitalMind is slightly cheaper to start. Some people might not have 1 lakh, some people might just have 50,000. For you, either which way, this is cheaper also. Now, because I'm so good and I keep like I like to do my research like a maniac, I have found a few more small cases that are very interesting and becoming better. Let me show you them also. Okay. I've heard of this momentum called Wright Momentum. I don't know whether you guys have heard of it, but look at this. Let me put it here. Okay, it's called Wright Momentum. Now look at this. The entry barrier for Wright Momentum is 36,000. Okay, cheaper than CapitalMind, cheaper than the other one. Okay, 𝗦𝗺 For 6 months subscription, it is only 1,400. Okay. For 6 month subscription, it is 1,400. It is not 12,000. It is not 9,999. It is 1,400 for 6 months, and pura 1 year ke liye it would be 3,000 rupees. Okay, now this is in your budget. 3,000 rupees should be okay. Now let's look at they've just launched right now. So I don't care about launch, CAGR. I will not look at any of this. Straight away, 6 month return. What is the 6 month return? 6 month return is 157. What is 1 month return? 1 month return is 5%, 3 month return is 20%, 6 month return is 57%. Let me compare it to 𝗦𝗺 3 month return, right? 6 months, sorry. Let me compare all of this at 6 month return. One is 168, 171 and 157. Kitna difference hai? Around 10% less. Right momentum is giving you a little bit less, 10% less, right? But think about it from another angle. It is only 10% less returns. It is still good. It is still giving 157, 10% less than the major guys, but they're charging you also a peanut amount, right? So for all the people who want to see that way, where you want a professionally managed fund, professionally managed small case at a cheap rate, and you can even take a guess by trying it for 3 months. You don't have to pay for 6 months. You can even pay 1 month if you really want to try it and see if you can get some kind of returns. Now, what happens if you're telling me 3,000 rupees is the entire amount, and if I invest 1 lakh, that means I have to just make 3% to cover out everything. Another 6% to cover out my inflation. Totally 9% ke upar agar in a year this gives me, it is great. But it is slightly, so now someone in the, what is this? Someone is saying, Shashank, it is showing high volatile. It is showing very volatile. Tell me one thing. If you are investing for more than 6 months, how do you care about whether it's volatile or not? You should be worried about volatile if you're doing day trading. Yes or no? If you invest in something and stay for 6 months, it can go fully down 1 month, fully go up month, but the 6th month ending, it should be up. Yes or no? That's the main thing. Correct? So that is what I look at it. So it doesn't matter if it's volatile or not. If you're thinking this is volatile, even this is volatile. Look at this. 1 month it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Everything's volatile. Look at this. Right? The market itself is volatile. So the logic of it is so much volatility you should care about. I would say don't care about the volatility. Why? Because you have to keep invested for at least 3 months, at least 6 months. Minimum 6 months you need to be invested. Or else what's the point? If you're doing this for 1 month return, don't do. I'm telling you right now, do not touch this for 1 month return. Minimum 6 months you have to keep. I would say minimum 1 year you have to keep so that you get at least 20% back. My only logic is, will I get 20-25% in a year? Yes, great. Okay, so let me keep this aside. This was Wright research giving not great, not like alt cap and CapitalMind, Alok Jain jitna nahi de raha hai, but it's still giving good amount of return. Okay, if I see 1 year, not bad. Okay, again, let me keep this aside. Yeah, the plan is basically 1,400. Okay, let me show you another one that I found. Now, this is very interesting. All are actually interesting, but let me show you this also. Now, this is called Green Portfolio, and apparently this is also trending a lot, which is doing really well. They invest in 15-20 companies which can multiply your wealth in the next 2 to 4 year time frame. Okay, 2 to 4 year time frame. This is the 4th one that I usually like. Now, look at this. They look at, you can read all of this, right? They look at companies that are Atmanirbhar. They look at China Plus One. So for all the people who don't know China Plus One, please read about China Plus One. This is going to be very interesting in the future, etc., etc., etc. They will do all their strategies. Again, I don't care about all this. I will just go to 6 month return. Straight away, 6 month return. Okay, 6 month return, 162. Okay, better than Wright research. Not as good as 𝗍𝗶𝗀 𝗦𝗺, but here as good, almost as good as CapitalMind, right? I mean, sorry, this is Alok Jain, but this is 𝗍𝗶𝗀 𝗦𝗺. But still, if you look at a 6 month return, it has done significantly well for itself. If you look at 1 month return, it has given you 8%. I would say fine. Every month 8% is fine. 1 year return, fine, good enough. I'm not looking at CAGR and all that, right? SIP, agar SIP bhi karna hoga, Fine, good enough, not bad. So I only look at it from this perspective. So I can immediately say yes or no to something very fast, right? Now, the minimum amount here is 60, which is slightly expensive. But again, the 12 months, okay, is only 3,500 bucks. So it is cheaper than our first two. Okay, in line with it is cheaper than actually Wright Research and Green Portfolio are in the same range. Okay, so for a lower amount of paying lower fees, you can invest and somehow get the same return. Now, don't go with the logic of Shashank said 62% return, so you'll get 62% return. I'm not talking about that from that perspective. I'm saying try to get at least 20-25% return in a year. Okay, if I show you SIP, that's the same. If I show you SIP here, okay, not bad. If I show you SIP here, not bad. SIP here, not bad. Everywhere if you do SIP also you're winning, right? I'm just saying whatever you invest, minimum 20 to 25% you get in a year. If you get minimum 20-25% return, you should be very happy about this. So if you ask me, okay, for people who have money and are going to invest more than 5 lakhs in a year, okay, for all the people who want to invest more than 5 lakhs in a year, you can invest. I would lean towards MIMT all cap. Second would be CapitalMind. Okay, I have invested in CapitalMind. I'm getting 4-5% less returns than MIMT all cap. But for me to save up 97,000 and then invest one shot, little difficult ho raha hai. But I will do that. Recommended size 5 lakhs minimum you have to try to invest. Number one. For all the people who can invest only 2 to 3 lakhs in a year, I would tell you to first go for this one, the green portfolio one, and second for Wright Momentum. Both, either one of them. You can choose depending on your minimum investment criteria. But this is for at least 2 lakhs, right? If you're doing 2 lakhs, then that should help. And yeah, I think, yes, no, I'll take one more question from the audience. So someone is saying, hey guys, the market is going up in the last 6 months. So wouldn't all this be skewed and wouldn't all this be different? I'm saying yes. I'm saying don't take what I'm saying at face value. Don't take 60%. Don't take whatever the 62% that I'm showing you. Do not take it at face value. I'll tell you why. Why? Because the market is going up so much. So there might be a possibility that the market is going up so much. That is why it is showing such great returns. Highly possible. I'm saying invest in good people who can give you minimum 20-25% return. Don't expect 60%. Don't go in that greed. Oh my God, this is not Dogecoin, right? So don't wait for that 60-65% return. Be very happy if you get a return of 20-25%. Khush raho. Don't worry. Don't stress too much about it. Okay. I think that was the last of my, yeah. Yes, sir. Okay. So I've shown you 4. Okay, at different price range, and I've also, listen, I've done one more thing in the video itself. If you go to the description, I have put the price range also of each. Okay, I have put the price range also of each so that you guys can figure out in the future that when I'm investing in something, I should know what the average budget is. So every time, guys, I'm only teaching you how to think from a different point of view. The reason why I'm showing you paid small cases and not just only normal small cases, the reason why I'm showing you paid small cases is mainly because when someone is giving you good percentage return, not INR value, but good percentage return, right? That is when you should invest in something like this. Okay, percentage return. I always go on percentage return. I do not care about anything else apart from percentage return. So even if you look at my current portfolio, which I don't want to show, but let me show again. Okay, let me try logging in again. So let me show you what I'm doing, right? Now, this is only the ones that I use small case for, not my major investment portfolio. This is only my small case portfolio, right? I have top 4 value picks. I'm pretty sure all of you all know what my top 4 value picks are. I'm starting to invest right now very soon. If you don't know, I'm going to show you this. It is Laurus, Deepak, Aarti, and Subex. So I'm investing equal weightages in all. Already Laurus has given me 12% return on this. But again, this is my long-term play. I'm not even going to touch it for a few years. Then I have Tata long-term play that is there. Then I have my own small case. Okay, I have my own small case, which is my 1 lakh small case. I invested it on April 19th, which is again 1.5 months ago. It's given me 10% in 1.5 months. This is my own small case. I can show you some of it if you want, but these are basically very strong, fundamentally awesome companies, right? So I've invested in all of them, and if you look at them, only 3 are not giving me returns, but again, this will give good returns. But rest of them have given me quite good returns in the last 1.5 months, literally 1.5 months. And then most of it I'm investing in CapitalMind for now. And there are some other small cases that I keep creating for my friends. I create one for my friend as well. Then I have some fast growth portfolios. I have a 3-year small case portfolio. Yeah, and these are some of the ones that I keep looking at as well. Okay, yeah, awesome. So yeah, this is basically what it is. Yeah, this is what it is. So these are some of the small cases that I track, which no one else looks at, but now I'm showing it to you because you guys are my friends, I'm assuming. But this is something that I really like, Tata long term. It is created by me, so there's no cost, nothing. You can do whatever you want with it. But the reason why I do Capital Mind more than Shashank small case April is because मेरे पास उतना time नहीं है to sit and keep doing all this rebalancing and all that. So I let it be on autopilot. And even on autopilot, I've made 22 grand in a month and a half. So I'm like, okay, I'm not worried about it, man. Again, next month, if I get my salary, I'll put a little more money into this and again reinvest my returns back into it. Slowly, I'll just make a lot of money. Percentage return is very good. And this is something that I learned that a lot of people are making good money in the paid small cases. So I wanted to get it out there for you guys. And rest is up to you. I've shown you everything. I've shown you free. I've shown you paid. I've shown you mine as well. Did you guys like the episode? I think that's it from my end. Any questions? Let me take a few questions before I continue. Let me take a few questions, guys. Very good question by Japanjeet Singh. Okay, listen to this question. What Japanjeet is asking me. Bhaiya, you are investing in so many companies. What about over diversification? Very valid question. Agreed. Very valid question. Agreed. Let me show you something. Okay. Japanjeet, very good question because I don't like over diversification. But that is why what I have done is I have done silos. So when I do baskets like this, right? Basket, 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 basket. I have 4 baskets. Now, in these 4 baskets, I keep tracking what is doing well, what is not doing well. Now, I know there is over diversification. Either I have 5-6 stocks of Tata. Here I have some other. How many stocks I have here, man? 14 stocks I have here. Tata ka I have around 7 stocks, 21 stocks. CapitalMind ka another 17 stocks. 32 stocks are almost there in my portfolio. Right? Over diversified, Shashank? Yes, you are over diversified. I have 32 stocks. But as I said, which is what the main crux of this video is, even if you're over diversified, but your percentage return is good, how does it matter, Japanjeet? Paisa bana raha hu. Are you making money? Will I make money? Is everyone making money? Even if you're over diversified, how does it matter? So I do silos. This is for me to make it smarter. I make silos. Now, if this was not giving me good returns, if my Shashank small case April was not giving me good returns, and maybe this was giving me good returns, I will remove this and put it in this. Right? Because I'm making silos. I know exactly I will remove this and under diversify and keep it strongly concentrated in a particular thing. So it actually doesn't matter whether you're over diversified too much or not. Yes, it is bad. But if you know how much you're over diversified, where if you make silos about it, like me, percentage matters. You have over diversified with 1,100 stocks, but you're making 25% in a year. I do not care. You're fucking smart. That's what I look at it. Samjha? So this is how it is, right? Now, again, did you guys understand what the main core value of this episode was, right? One, the episode, whatever this episode was mainly because of you need to understand how percentage works. You need to understand what is behind the curtain. Okay, if you think free small cases are giving you 5%, but paid small cases giving 15%, should you go for that or not? Again, everything's up to you. But in a year, as I keep telling this, there are 3 type of trains. I don't know how many of you are from Bombay, but since I'm from Bombay, I'll tell you this, right? There is something known as a fast train. There is something known as a slow train. Okay. And then there is something known as a stationary train. Correct? 3 type of trains. एक ट्रेन जो है सिर्फ प्लेटफॉर्म में रुका रहता है, doesn't go anywhere. Then there is another train जो हर एक स्टॉप पे रुकता है, right? It stops in Nalasopara, it goes here, blah blah blah, everywhere it stops. Then you have the third one, which is skips a few stops and goes fast. So in a year, the way I look at it is, in a year, if me and Rahul are sitting at 0, okay, starting from 0, and me and Rahul are sitting on a train, which train do I want to sit on? Do I want to sit on a fast train? Do I want to sit on a slow train? Or do I want to sit on a train which is on the station as well? So all the people who are buying an FD, okay, are sitting on the same train. All the people who are sitting on an FD are sitting on the stationary train. Why? Because FD gives you 6%, correct? And you also make 6% inflation in a year. Gone, zero money, no profit, no loss. I like to always be on the fast train. For me, a fast train is a train that gives you minimum 25% return. Slow train is anything that gives you less than 25% return. That is how I look at it. So if you are smart, or agar aapke paas, like you have really good brains, always look at percent. That is why the entire crux of this is percentage matters. Are you from South Kannada? Yes, I'm from Mangalore, Udupi, but I spent 12 years of my life in Bombay, Chembur. So most of my life, my school, a little bit of my school, college, everything was from Chembur. So Martin is from Mira Road, so we connect a lot. I know a little bit Marathi, not too much, but I know Kannada because it's my mother tongue as well. So I'm a mixed breed, basically, if you call it, right? Anyway, did you guys like this episode first of all? Right, this is the value-packed episode. Can I invest in low-risk smart beta? Shiva Sai is asking. Shiva, I have literally taught you right now how to read about small case, how to read different small cases, right? The main thing is not just look at Shashank told me 5, so I'm looking at 5. You go do your own research, go through all the small cases. I spend time. I literally take a lot of time to find these out for you guys, right? I have even made Martin one nice small case and given it to him. You can ask him. But I take out the time, do my research every Saturday, every Sunday. I read like a maniac. Okay, and I'll tell you where I read, which I have told you this before. Okay, I go to this website called 𝗦𝗵𝘀𝗵𝘀 and I am just reading, right? And I found this very good company, another new company that I found that I'm doing some research on, which is known as 𝗦𝗵𝘀𝗵, I think it is 𝗦𝗵𝘀 Solutions. So I'm reading about this now. I found this where on 𝗦𝗵𝘀𝗵𝘀, and I've been tracking it from 𝗦𝗵𝘀𝗵𝘀 ever since, and I'm not invested in it yet. I'm just looking at it and I'm seeing what is happening. Apparently they gave a very good result. The market cap is only 600. But I read, I do so much research, and I spend a lot of time finding good stocks. And it is not about finding good stocks. What do I do spending time on? I spend time so that I am always on the fast train, right? You want to become a big bull, you want to become the next big thing, karo aap jaisa kar rahe, right? But always try to become the next big thing by sitting on the fast track. And the only way to do that is to learn, educate, learn. Okay, awesome. I'll take another another question. Sorry, not pages. I'll take another last question before we call this off. Someone is asking, Turning Pages is asking, wait, something else. Ritvik is asking actually. Okay, 𝗦𝗵𝘀𝗵𝘀𝗀 has a good question. Can you explain how inflation acts on long-term investing? Let's look at it this way, 𝗦𝗵𝘀𝗵𝘀. Okay, nice name by the way. Your inflation rate in a year catch 5% to 6%. In a bad year, it's 6%. Looking at how people are spending a lot of money right now. If you look at right now, kya ho raha hai? US is printing money like there is no tomorrow. India is also printing money like there is no tomorrow. Correct? A lot of money is being printed. So I hope you understand that element also. Inflation is bound to go up. Inflation is becoming expensive. Yes? Now what is happening is inflation you should catch always 5 to 6% in a year. So in the next 3 to 4 years, if you should always look at in 1 year how much percentage return I've got. Why I keep telling people get 25% return, which is very difficult. You should get 25% return because 6% is your inflation. So directly make it 19%. And if you by any chance remove that money, you have to pay another 2-3%, what is that, tax, right? So you still make 15% at the end of the day. Understood? So if you don't remove the money, you don't have tax. But 6% ke upar, you have to make money, whatever it is. If you have friends or family who's making less than 6% or making FD, investing in FD at 6%, please tell them, boss, inflation this year is 6%. So your money is actually worth 0 this year. 100 rupees ka jo, you would have made 106 rupees. Now onions are 106 rupees. Abhi bolo, 6% gaya. So this is a big issue that is happening. Awesome. Okay, SIP versus minimum investment in paid small case is something that 𝗦𝗵𝘀𝗵𝘀 was asking. 𝗦𝗵𝘀, I am doing SIP every month. Okay, every month I'm doing SIP, and I'll tell you why. If you want me to give you a very simple example of how SIP works, I'll give you an example. You want to know that example? I can give you. Okay, look at this. Simple example. Imagine I invested 1 lakh at 100 rupees. Okay, next I invested another 1 lakh at 150 rupees. What is my average now? 25. Right? Imagine 1 lakh I invested at 100 rupees. That 100 rupees went to 150 rupees. Okay. Now I again invested 1 lakh. Now that 150 ka jo my buying price is 150, my average becomes 125 now. Okay. But my invested amount is not 2 lakhs. My invested amount is 1 lakh plus the 50% I gained, which went from 100 to 150. So that's 50,000 plus another 1 lakh that I've just now invested. Now my total investment is 2,50,000. Now 2,50,000, okay, if it goes up by 50%, how much will I get? Same if it again goes up by 50%. So 2,50,000 goes up by 50%, you make around 1 point something lakhs, right? But last time when it went up by 50%, I only made 50,000. So understand how percentage works, and in SIP, understand how your value is compounding, your money is compounding. Because if I keep investing SIP of 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 5 lakhs I've invested in SIP, okay? 5 lakh goes up by 10%, I make 50,000, man, straight away. As opposed to 1 lakh going up by 10%, you only make 10%, 10,000, right? So both angles you need to see. Check out both angles. Okay. Now Prakhar Jain is asking, I have 50k to invest, should I CapitalMind or free one? Listen, Prakhar, this is very important for you. If you are only going to invest 50,000 for the rest of your life, for the rest of the next 1 year, then I don't think 50,000 is a good, you should not do it in the paid one, right? If you are going to invest 2 lakhs, at least 2 lakhs, then you can invest in these two, right? Green Portfolio and Wright Momentum. I would still not recommend you do CapitalMind and MIMT because it's expensive. It's 10,000 rupees a year. If you're doing a cheaper amount, which is say for example 2 lakhs maximum or even 1 lakh, then you can afford to pay 3,500 because it's 3%, right? Or you can afford to pay, yeah, same 3,000 bucks, which is again 3% of your time. So I hope that answered your question. How can I join your pro league? Bro, it's gonna take time for my next pro league. Right time to buy Happiest Minds. I love Happiest Minds. I'm investing heavily on Happiest Minds. If once made a bulk investment, Santosh is asking, can I start an SIP on the same small case? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I do manual SIP. I don't do automatic SIP. I invest manually every month, right? Whenever I get some money, I invest it. Are free small cases more risky than paid ones? I'll tell you what the difference is between free and paid, right? Paid is managed more actively by fund managers, whereas free is not managed that way. It is managed, but I have constant attention on the fund managers that are there on this thing. And I trust Alok Jain and Deepak Sharma because they're big players in the market. Now, Green Portfolio and Wright Momentum is also coming up in the market. So again, these are the fast trains that I am identifying right now. So that's what it is. Okay, any changes to the 3 small cases you had created? Yes, I had done the change last week. I had just changed Bharti Airtel and I replaced it with Prince Pipes, both in 30,000 and in the 1,001. 5,000 I have not changed anything else. Okay. I'm just checking if there's any interesting. Okay, by the way, guys, for all the people who don't know, apart from all this that you're watching right now, every market day, Monday to Friday, whenever the market is open, on this app called Scenes by Avalon, done by amazing founders, great founders have done this app called Scenes by Avalon. It's on iOS and Play Store. I do something known as market talk. Okay, so every day at 4:30 after the market gets over, I come and talk about the news and I take 3, 4, 5 people up on stage and even talk to them about it. Okay, so I do that also. So for all the people who don't know, you can, I think there's a link below in the description where there is something called Scenes. Where are all the updated small cases links? Everything's here, guys. I put everything updated. All the links are updated, right? On this. And someone is asking me, show me your multi-bagger. I can't show you multi-bagger. That is secret for me. Where is multi-bagger? I only can't see multi-bagger. Oh, this one. Okay, let me show you. Might as well. किधर गया? Okay, so Suven Pharma, Aarti Surfactants, Navin Fluorine, Acrysil, Shakti Pipes, GNA and Pokarna, right? The reason why I had to remove this is because I went and bought it in my other account because it was, I had a few things that I wanted to buy, like which I couldn't buy. If you look at Acrysil, why I called it a multi-bagger, this was on March 2nd. Acrysil was bought at 347. Do you know what Acrysil is trading at right now? In 2 months, 556 from 337, right? This is how it has gone up. So this is my long term. It's not, I don't look at it like, oh, I'm so awesome, it went up by 10, 15, 20%. I don't care about that. I'm more of a long term guy. And the reason why I'm investing in something like that is for a long term perspective. So yeah, for someone who asked me that question on YouTube, I hope that answered your question. Awesome. I'm going to stop this now. Okay, enough. Thak gaya main. Let me come back to my main presentation. Okay, guys. Now, very important. Firstly, have you guys understood the concept of the video? I hope you have. So, hope you're great. Shubham, we have reduced the notifications on iOS. If you see in the last 2 days, barely any notifications are coming out. So, we have listened to the audience and done this. Now, I hope you guys for all the people who joined in the middle can go and watch this video again in 2x speed if you want, but you can do it faster. Now, my question is, now I've done all this. Okay, last week I did this episode where I show you how to read an annual report. I show you how to read profit and loss, balance sheet, cash flow. सब दिखा दिया मैंने बहुत detail में. Now I showed you the small case review as well. Now what I am thinking, and I want feedback from you guys, right? I want feedback from you guys. I am thinking, looking at the RBI guidelines today, RBI just came out and said that, don't scare the crypto people and all that. And the reason why I was staying away from crypto because the RBI wasn't very vocal about it and I was scared. But do you guys think that I should start doing some crypto related content? I'm asking you guys because I want your opinion on it. Now, what do I mean by crypto related content? What are wallets, how to do your own wallet, where to invest in your own wallet, do some coin reviews. Again, like what is Matic? Look at both good and bad because I only don't do good, right? I do good and bad at the same time. So good and bad about coins, like what is Ethereum, what is Cardano, what is Litecoin, is it good for the future, what might happen to Bitcoin in the future, how does wallets work, look at exchanges, look at 3-4 different exchanges. Now my point of doing this, if I want to do cryptocurrency, the point of me doing this cryptocurrency is not to tell you, Shashank is telling you go invest in this, go invest in that. You know me, I don't do that, right? NFTs also, yes. This is only for education, so I'm not going to tell you go buy this, go buy that. Mere pe mat dalo baad mein. Only for education. But what I can guarantee after the entire crypto series, what I will guarantee for you is that, boss, you will learn and be a very intelligent investor. And all the people who lost money in Dogecoin, if you had listened to me, you would have never lost money in Dogecoin. But I just want to make you an expert in the crypto industry. I'm not talking about investing in the crypto industry. I will make you an expert to understand how and what the crypto industry works. Beach mein I'll do equity also, Prem Kumar. I know you're feeling bad, but I've done a lot of equity. If you look at my last 3 months data, I've done a lot of equity. So little bit I want to do crypto also. Again, if you guys are okay with that and you like it, I will do it. Okay, if you don't, Prakar, try using it from your phone instead of if it's going to the app store, use it from your phone. But again, so Aaron is asking, do we need to pay for small cases you made? No, man, my small cases are free. I would love where a day would come where I make a small case and I'll be like, give me 999 rupees a year. Like, I would love to do that. I would like to take, like, obviously it's a service, right? It's managed service. I think like there should be a day where I actually introduce a small case and you guys should pay me for it, man. I mean, it's giving you good returns and it's fine. I don't care about returns. I feel that मैं बना रहा हूँ तो तुम भी बनाओ, सब बनाएंगे, enjoy life type of thing. Right, either which way, I will start this from next week onwards. I will do a little bit of crypto. Let me see. I've never done this. So let me see how I do it. So if I do it bad, sorry. If I do it good, great. Also, again, putting one more shill out for my app. You can go download the Scenes by Avalon app, and tomorrow I will meet you there at 4:30 p.m. Talking about market. So again, hope you guys like it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have been talking from the last 72 minutes and I think this is the highest I've got live people watching me. So again, if you guys liked it, please hit the like button. I see 4 people have hit dislike button. So please hit the like button. And on the Scenes app, you can come and ask me any questions you have about the small cases that I just showed you. And again, do your own research. This is not related to buy or sell. It is about research. Okay. आप अपना research करो, enjoy, have fun, and I hope we meet again soon. Okay. Love you guys. Bye. See you.